Check. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. Woo, another episode of Why Always Me. I'm back. We're back in the flow of things. I know. I was away for a minute, but back in the flow of things. Thank you all. Thank you all for the continued encouragement, support, and again, tremendous support. And thank you for the likes on the last two videos. I'm getting back into the format. I'm going to be trying to do my best to switch things up a little bit. I've been able to split my time, featured on a couple of channels, and obviously I gotta hit you guys with my Why Always Me, and I gotta hit you with CIA Intelligent Agendas. So continue. If you missed those shows, obviously they're on the channel. Go back and check them out. I timestamped Why Always Me. I need to timestamp CIA. But the flow is really good. There's also transitions if you happen to be on your computer or on your phone. As you slide the finger, you can see a Vader Games kind of logo come up, so you'll know when the topics change if you want to just go through the things that you want to hit up. And like both shows, and most importantly, on Why Always Me, I hit you with the topics. I hit you with what I'm going to be covering, so you know what Vader's going to go through. You know what the chat's going to be able to interact with, and this is what it's all about. Now, first things first, my peoples come first. My peoples, those still with us, those that have passed, love, thoughts of them always. And I want to point out that we don't know what people are dealing with. We don't know what makes things difficult for others. So let's all continue to be patient. Let's just show love. Show love and respect. That's what we need to do. Now, as I kind of adjust myself, because I think you guys, you need to see this. You need to see this. And I'm not going to come across like I'm any type of like tactical, or I know ball more than the next person, or my experiences are better than the other. I'm not going to do that. But last show, the thumbnail said Haaland X Factor. Oh, why am I getting a call? No, not needed. Now, apologies for that. Now, the last show I had Haaland X Factor, right? And if you missed that show, go back and check it out. I'm not saying that I'm prolific or anything like that, but I said Haaland X Factor. We've been questioned. We've been asked, like, Vader, Manchester City don't look to be the same team. You don't look to be controlling games. You look a little leaky defensively. Are you worried? And I take my time. I thought about it. And please let me know in the comments. Hopefully the levels are right. And actually, before I continue on, let me show some love to those of you in the comments already. All right. In every show, I like to point out the first in the building, the first to kind of take the time and be like, Vader, we support you. Vader, I'm there for you, Vader. I'm there for you, Vader, with the comments. I like what you're doing. And this week in particular, the one that showed that love, my guy, Dre P in the building. Dre P goes, what a statement performance. What this proves as well is that if this team, wait, what? Hold on, I'm messing up here. What a statement performance. What this proves as well is that if teams like Luton, Brentford, etc., actually try to play versus City, this is likely the outcome. Dre P, that's a reality. That's a reality. And do I say it's an unfortunate reality? It's not unfortunate, but it's a byproduct, right? It's a byproduct of how we are as City, like our brand of football, the way we attack, the way we're relentless. We're going to put the opposing team like under extreme pressures at their weakest points. That's what Pep does. Pep's going to look at, where are you most vulnerable? That's when I'm attacked. And the easiest thing to do when threatened, when being attacked, is to block, right? It's to block. It's to turtle. You know what I mean? It's to just get really compact. So when teams are being pressured, and we've seen this of all teams this year, JP, you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, it is a statement when teams want to open up, but we've seen teams like Arsenal, we've seen teams like Liverpool all concede against their philosophy. They've actually conceded to City, and they played more defensively. They've reduced that defensive line that they have against us. They've reduced that high line. They dropped it back. Klopp in particular did that. So when you have, quote unquote, in this 3-horse title race, when you have, the best of the best in terms of Liverpool and Arsenal, those two managers and those clubs and the quality that they have, if they're going to concede defensively and be more cautious, know how dangerous City are, we got to expect the same of Luton Town. We gotta expect the same of Brentford. And honestly, if we're seeing it from Liverpool and Arsenal, we should be seeing it from the rest of the league, because those are two clubs with tremendous quality. So yeah, man, I agree. Huge statement. I said this while featured on Flawless Sarcasm TV. If teams don't play that way against us, it's almost an insult, JP. It's almost an insult. Look at what happened in the Champions League against Inter, and in greatest form as they were, they still chose to be very defensive. They look to do a catch on a counter. So listen, we got to expect it. Also in the building, we got Andrew Yovader. Andrew in the building. Respect. Dre P, that's why teams play low block against us. City could damage team confidence. Careful when City is listen. When we're cooking, when everything is like in flow, who can really get to us? What's actually gotten to us? And my most frustrated, when I thought City were playing its best football, I was most frustrated when we actually went up against it seemed like a relentless, supercharged, tireless team in Chelsea, to be honest with you. That Tuchel Chelsea team, when Conte was healthy and he seemed like he was 3 players on that pitch, that's really what gets to us. A team that's going to be really defensive. And again, they played with like 3-5 at the back or whatever. But the energy that they had going forward, that's really what gets us. That's really what gets us. Dre P also goes to say, the defending, again, I would say looked a bit half-hearted. No issue with positioning, just not looking first to key challenges and clearances, etc. Yeah, I agree. Dre P, when we're a little too nonchalant, like we're letting the opposing team kind of run onto us, or we're not even like even defensively, when we're not calling out who's going to where and covering positions, like I agree, but it's a combination of just how connected we are with the midfield and the defense. But I'm with you on that one. But again, as I was saying, I'm not prolific. I don't know more football than the next person, but I did say that Haaland's going to be the X factor. A week ago, I said Haaland was going to be the X factor. And what happens against Lutton Town? All right. Against Lutton Town, we got Haaland. No one expected this. No one expected this. I thought we get the win, of course. I thought it was going to be a tough game, and it was a tough game. Look at when Lutton Town brought it to 3-2. But with us taking one game at a time, and as difficult as the games were against Brentford, against Bournemouth, we were creating the chances. We were having the shot attempts. We're getting in really good positions. We just weren't putting the goals at the back of the net. We weren't doing that. So if you heard it, Mancunian way, Martin said, just give it time. Someone's going to get it. We've been playing too well that someone is going to get it. You know what? I'm going to pause for a second because my rehab's Apologies. I'm still in recovery mode. Quad injury requiring some rehab. Not as often that I need to do it, but yeah, they're just checking in. Apologies for that one. So we knew it was just a matter of time because we're creating chances between Foden, KDB, obviously, Alvarez, Doku. We're slipping in Silva. We're slipping in those passes, right? We're slipping in those chances, whether it's at the foot of, Silva or Foden, Alvarez, Haaland. It was just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And you know what? Am I a little concerned that we got these 5 against Luton? I should say 6. No, because I think it's the pattern of play that we should have confidence in. It's the way we were attacking. It's the way we were positioning ourselves. And honestly, I think what was really good about this Luton game, in the chat, if you guys disagree, but if a team is going to choose to kind of press us or defend Haaland with one center back, which Arsenal tend to do, which Liverpool tend to do, we could get some joy there. It's just a matter of now, is it striker versus defender? Who's going to get the better of the two? Let me shout out my guy, the United Spurs of America. If you don't know him, get to know him. His details to his channel actually should be in my channel description. If it's not, I'm going to make sure to share that. But my man Jacob, go check him out. Yeah, we're majority of us are City fans talking here, but tune into his channel, check him out, see what he has to say with regards to Spurs. I like his perspective, even though we do go back and forth on American Waffle, but it's because we're rivals that we're supposed to do. But he's a quality guy, and he's reminding all of you guys, hit the like, appreciate that, man. And like I said, check out his channel. We're gonna have an interesting conversation upcoming week, and I want you guys to hopefully tune in and see, based off of what you witness next week, who you believe to be the biggest fraud is. Who's the biggest fraud at American Waffle? All right. But I like our pattern of play. I like if teams decide to if teams decide to press us like that and they're going to leave Haaland 1v1. There's plus and minuses to it because obviously they're pressing us, making life difficult. But if we're able to get the ball over the top, like we did in a few instances, Haaland, Stones, KDB, they're kind of like free on goal, right? So I like that wrinkle. That teams now have to worry about. And from a confidence standpoint, city-wise, I'm like, okay, Haaland, confidence. I don't think the confidence was ever gone, but when you see the ball hitting the back of the net that often, like, the net looks gigantic, right? The net just so much easier to score on. So I'm happy for him with that one. I still, as much as we want to, we want to look at the result. City, we're looking better, but we're not looking the best or our best. We're looking better. Trust me on that one. We don't score 6 versus Lutton Town. And Luton away, listen, don't let anyone tell you that Luton away is not a tough game. Luton away has been a tough game for the big 6, the top 6. It's been a tough place to go. FACup, they got nothing to lose. Luton Town got nothing to lose. They got a chance to play against European and English greats, champions, right? They're going to show their best. And for a spell at that 3-2, they were doing it. But if we get games like this, KDB 4 assists, Haaland 5 goals, Kovacic getting onto the score sheet, we're gonna be very good. And is this a signature? Is this a statement game? Statement match? It might be. It might be going into this Manchester derby, and this Manchester derby. We're going to talk about it. But let's also point out that KDB, all comps, I think already has 11 assists. And the man has he even played in 11 games yet? I don't know. Let me know in the chat if he's actually played in 11 games. But this is what we were talking about when a lot of City fans, and myself in particular, say if we're healthy, we can do this. If we're healthy, we can go and get that. If we're healthy, we can go and get that. So I like how Pep's managing things. I think it was unfortunate to see Grealish come off with an injury. I thought that he was doing really well. Nunez on that pitch, Kovacic, I love seeing it. The fact that we had that 11, and when we looked at the bench, and on that bench we saw Rodri, Foden, and Alvarez. Healthy, guys. Healthy. We're doing this. Now, let's make sure that we can go into this now, Manchester Derby, get the result, and also come out of it healthy. Let me shout out my guy, Zane. Big up, Vader. Yo, respect, Zane. Hope you've been good. It's going to be a long season. I hope you know that. It's going to be a very long season. But I know the two of us were up for this battle. Let me take off this banner here. And let me do this as well. Vader game. All right. So last week, Haaland X Factor. This week we've got no particular X Factor, but Haaland and KDB, Foden, they're going to be the difference makers. They're going to be the key reasons why we actually come through this derby with success. Haaland, KDB, and Foden, I think, are going to be key games. I'm not being dismissive. You know, don't take it the wrong way. I'm not being dismissive with actually, let me put this back on screen. I'm not being dismissive when we talk about Rodri. I'm not being dismissive when we talk about Stones, because Stones, for 2 games in a row, and I was surprised to see Stones do this, but for 2 games in a row, he's picking up those pockets of space, right? He's showing us why Pep was actually kind of like forcing Akanji to do it, because when you have a player that can occupy that coming from the defensive position, teams can't really account for it. Teams can't adjust for it because it's that added advantage coming kind of like late, like a late charge. Stones, need you healthy. You're a difference maker. And this Manchester derby, guys, it's going to be a tough game. Don't be a tough game. Listen, don't. If you're rewatching this, don't think that I'm trying to exaggerate or trying to downplay. I don't do the underdog. I leave the underdog talk to Liverpool. But we're expected to win. We're at the Etihad, but it's still going to be a tough game against Manchester United. And a lot of people think that Manchester United could actually get a result because they played spoiler before. When we were on the charge to kind of win, they disrupted it. Whether it's been Mourinho, Ollie, for whatever reason, they get that unexpected win or draw. We have to be on full alert for this game because we play Manchester United, then we play second leg at Copenhagen, and like Zane's in the building. We play Liverpool after that. We play Liverpool after a Manchester derby, Champions League. You understand why I'm so stressed with we need to be healthy. This is a tough spell. This is a tough spell also because all these games are under the bright lights as well. Everybody's going to be watching this. We play United on Sunday. I'm not even asking for a smashing. I'm not asking us to smash them. I'm definitely going to do a Manchester derby preview with regards to the 11. If I were to just say it right now, top of my head, Apologies for hitting the microphone. I would actually say that we're playing one or the other. We're either playing Akanji or we're playing Stones. I think Walker gets into this. So if we go, I think we're probably going to go. We're probably going to go Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake defensively. Then, because we got Champions League, we're probably going to go Rodri. I think we go Rodri, KDB, Foden. And I think we go Silva, Haaland, Doku. That's my thought right now. A couple of things could change. We could see Stones rested, and we could have Akanji in that role. We could see that. Chill. We could see that. And we could easily possibly see, instead of Doku, we could see Oscar Bob. Shout out to Oscar Bob, contract extension, well deserved. Let me go to the comments. Dre P. Well said, Vader. City will likely get good chances versus Liverpool, Arsenal, and Angst Tottenham. Yeah, City just need to be more clinical and more committed in defense. I'm with you. When, it's kind of like the opposite with what I see when I watch Liverpool games. When Darwin Nunez scores, I'm surprised. When Haaland misses, I'm surprised. It's like one of those. So when Haaland was missing a few of those chances before this Lutton game, and even I think we would all agree, like Haaland could have had 7. Before Pep subbed him off, Haaland could have had 7. Let me move in. We gotta appreciate this. Look at this image though right now. I'm gonna move myself. I'm not important right now in terms of the screen, but look, I'll hide behind the topic. Haaland in this image, see how he's being pulled on. Others would fall to the ground and try to win a foul, like the over-exaggerated. I won't even do the voice, but if you've seen, no, I'm gonna leave it there. But Haaland could have just flopped or dove, trying to run to the space, having a shirt pulled on. But his physicality is what makes him so dangerous and amazing. And when we're clinical, and he most importantly needs to be clinical, I don't think we can be stopped. As great as defenses can be, it would have to be a defense by committee. No 1 or 2 defenders, I think, honestly, stop Haaland. He's that dangerous. It's a defense by committee that's going to need to do it. Marvin in the building. What's good, Vader? What's good is we got this 6-2 against Lutton Town. 4 assists, KDB. 5 goals, Haaland. Selfishly, I wish those goals happened in the league, but goals in a season is what matters. You know what I mean? Goals in a season, what matters. That's why I'm feeling good. Going into this derby, I'm feeling really good as well. Dre P. KDB looking well sharp. I pray he stays fit. This is it. Pray that he stays fit for the rest of the season and next. If he does, he'll pull for so far away from. Ooh, listen. Dre P. I think he's already done it. And to your point, I think, healthy, he pulls himself further away from that, And I'm not even just going to go off of, I'm not going to go off of stats. I'm not going to go off of trophies. I'm going to go off of the eye test. I'm not even going to do the whole false equivalency, fake, dragging a team, pulling a team. I'm not going to do any of that nonsense, right? On CIA, you know what? JP, you brought up something. You know what I mean? On CIA, intelligent agendas, I'm going to put the factors. I'm going to put in the info on why KDB's better than Stevie G already. But I agree with you. He's going to pull himself away even further with a few more seasons. I'm with you. JP, question, Vader. What's your input on Foden world class and Saka is in debate? All right, you know what? It's not one of the topics. It's not one of the topics. And Dre P, I think on the debate side of things, on those questions, I'm gonna flirt around on whether I discuss it on Why Always Me or on CIA. But I'm gonna say this real quick. Foden talented, extremely talented. There's a reason why the best manager in the world made a comment and said what he said about Foden in early days with him, right? Saka, talented as well. You're not going to hear me discredit him as a talent, as a player. All I'm saying right now, off of what I have seen, and I've watched many Arsenal games. Obviously, I've watched the big games. I've watched every City game. If I'm just going to judge it based off of the big games that I've seen Saka in, there's more that he needs to do. There's more that he needs to show. The world-class label, I think you don't just get that with a few appearances. You don't just get that and I'm just going to talk league. I'm not going to talk international, right? But you don't just get that with a few instances. You get that with consistency. And I'm not saying that Saka can't be that, but he hasn't shown it yet. Foden has shown it. Foden on the biggest stage, Champions League, performed many times. So I won't get into it too much in terms of like if rivals start doing the debate, because I said this earlier, JP. I don't know if you know on a previous show, when everybody and their mama wanted to talk about Saka being better than Foden, it was last season. They all came off mute. They wanted to chirp, chipe. They wanted to talk it up. It was last season when Foden had the ankle injury. And before the ankle injury, the man was doing mad damage. He had a hat trick versus United, right? But he had the ankle injury. They all came off mute. He had the appendicitis. Took him out of many games. Obviously, he couldn't be in rotation. They came off mute. Healthy, we see what's happening right now. A healthy Foden also playing in his position. They should not be compared. And one is better than the other right now. If we're talking footballer, Foden playing right, left, false 9, 10. Saka, I know how Saka started left back. He doesn't play there routinely. He doesn't play there ever since. Ever since he started there, he hasn't played there. All he plays is right wing. That's it. There's no debate right now. We need to see more Saka. We need to see more. I'm not giving you that world-class label. Sorry. Casually. Trouble winners put 6 past tough Lutton Town. Lutton Town's tough away, man. Don't do that. They're a tough game away. It was 3-2 for a spell. The 6-2 was bonus. And it took some quality play from KDB and Haaland. Marvin, why has KDB been on the bench? Why has KDB been on the bench in the league? I think it's medical staff. I think it's Pep. I think it's not so much. It's more importantly when you play as opposed to the games that you play. I think him coming back off injury, they probably had a schedule in terms of games, recovery, and it was probably one of those checkpoints where you're not scheduled to play. We're resting you, or even if something's a little sore, a little tight, you're resting through it. You'll play. I think he's playing in the derby. Dre P, I say pull far away because I just wish to acknowledge my. Nah, I got you. But KDB has no weak foot, pressing machine, many different types of goals, crosses, and through balls. And he's trust. Listen, I agree. I think for everything that we've shown, that KDB's shown, he could do everything. KDB can do everything that Stevie G has done. Everything. But there's a reason why KDB was denied. I'm going to say denied the assist record, right? For some mysterious reason, one of the assists didn't count as assists where he would have had 21 as opposed to 20 tied with Thierry Henry. But had he, and he did that many years ago. That's the level that KDB's at. I think he's already surpassed Stevie G. And anything that Stevie G can do, KDB can do. And in this day and age, in terms of goal scoring from distance, assists, seeing the pass before the pass, like KDB's that guy, man. KDB's that guy. Dre P. My argument is that Saka, like all wingers under Pep, would be rotated a whole lot. He may not have even had the opportunity to rack up the numbers he has at Arsenal. 100%. JP, no, there's a reason why we connect. You're in the comments, you know what I mean? And much love to everyone that tunes in, drops the like, you know what I mean, are interacting within the comments, whether it's on the replay or live. But we're simpatico right now. I've said the same thing. Saka at City is going to be a rotation player. There's no denying it. Pep's done that to KDB. Pep pulled off Haaland after scoring 5 goals. Like, that's what Pep does. Listen, you're locked into that position and you tell me when you need to be subbed off. No, Pep's got a plan. Saka at City would have been the same thing. Foden, I would argue Foden at Arsenal would rack up ridiculous numbers. Because he would be that guy over there. And no disrespect to Saka, but think of Foden and Odegaard playing together. Interchanging, switching sides. It'd be a madness over there. The girl RK, what do you say about Haaland not scoring in many important games or being clutch in only a few games? So I must say this. You can agree with me or disagree. For those of you that, whether you've played or not, many managers will say, what's the opposing team's go-to? What's the opposing team's X factor? Shout out to my last video. What's the opposing team's key threat, key target, right? There's no denying it. It's Haaland. Absolutely no denying it, right? And how we play and how we work through him, feed through him. He's key to getting a lot of things started. He's a key focal point. Now, because of that, and I think what's brilliant about this, as a team, we could care less. We should care less. As a fan base, we should care less. I know as a manager, Pep could care less. It's about winning the game. Pep's design games, the whole thing with regards to the false nine is he's designed games where he's pulling people out of position, he's causing confusion, and then he's hitting you, he's getting scoring opportunities elsewhere. Haaland, if Haaland's going to get the attention of not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders when we're in possession, that's freeing up somebody else. That look at what we were able to do in that Champions League game. Look at the attention that Haaland was garnering. Look at when that actually movement from Bernardo that ended up resulting in the Rodri goal. Look at how much attention Haaland has when that cutback's there. Frees up now space that Rodri gets to go into. So I think Pep's designed it where if a team's going to choose, and in big games, an opposing manager should say, you know what? I'm taking away your dominant foot. I'm taking away your dominant hand. Whatever saying it is. I'm taking away what you want to do most. And that's Haaland. Haaland's going to have 1, 2, 3 defenders focused on him. Maybe 2 centrally and a midfielder. Right? Someone else has to step up. And I think that's been the approach. I think that's why Haaland is quote unquote quiet in big games or important games, because the teams themselves are like, no, we're making sure that you're not the reason why you win this game. But he is the reason why we win that game because of the attention that he garners. I think it's that simple, but he's also year 1 with us. And I think there's things that, and Thierry Henry, one of the greats, has said, Haaland game still needs to develop. Haaland's game still needs to come through with change and movement, building up and being involved. So I'm not saying that he's been perfect in those big games, important games, but I think he's also done what the manager's asked of him. And when it comes down to it, when he improves his game in terms of being fully involved all the time, I think we see that change as well. Let me do this. Not only was he not scoring, but missing. I disagree with the missing part, because the missing means that he's not even taking up space where he's supposed to be. He's not attacking the defense. He's not making the defense's shift. I disagree with that one, but he's not. He still needs to improve. I agree with you on that. Okay, Marvin. He scored against Arsenal in a must-win game last season. Showed up in the quarters against Bayern. He did. It's only one season. Giving him time is very important. Very important. And listen, I don't have any doubt in his ability. I have no doubt in what he's going to be doing impact-wise. None. Daniel in the building. Big up Vader. Listen, appreciate the love and the support. RK, nah, we're good. We're good. And this combo is needed. All right, let me do this. Vader game. Did you guys watch the Carabao final? I watched it. I was very interested to see, what was going to happen in that game. I've been watching the Prem all season long, paying attention. We kind of do little previews, reviews. Chelsea's they've been bad. They've been trash all season long. All season long. Rivals, their fan base, they don't know what to expect of Chelsea game by game. They don't know what to expect of the manager game by game. They go from not being trash all season to then being very threatening in the Carabao final. I'm a little confused. I'm trying to figure this all out, because before a ball was even kicked, before I even saw the 11, I thought Liverpool were going to win this game. I thought Liverpool, more experience, better manager. Even before seeing the 11, and then when seeing the 11, I still thought that Liverpool's 11 were better than Chelsea's, because Chelsea have been confused all season long. They've been trash all season long. So I don't get the overhype on the result now for Liverpool. And shout out to Liverpool on the Carabao win. Listen, I love that trophy. I love getting that trophy so early in the season. I love seeing our players get the medal, show those armpits. It leads to the possible snowballing or growing of momentum and confidence. And not truthfully believing it, but the pursuit of a quad, you know what I mean? But Chelsea have been trash all season. So why are we overhyping what was done by Liverpool and their manager Klopp in getting the win? Why? You know what? It's because Liverpool have the best PR in the world. I get it. Liverpool will make the smallest thing seem gargantuan, seem like it was epic, seems like it was never thought possible. Let me try and find this, because I want to put this on screen. Let me try and find the 11 that Liverpool had. Let me see if it's out there. The reason why is because I think to a person they would have still said Liverpool's 11 versus Chelsea's 11 are better. Liverpool's 11 to Chelsea's 11 far better. Let me try to find this on the screen here. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? And the reason I'm not buying this hype is, look at what happened in this game. Look at what happened in this game. Liverpool had their chances. Liverpool they were the more experienced team. 100%. They had the better quality. 100%. If you want to talk money, which I think is lazy, but if you want to talk money, of course we all know that Chelsea spent more. We know that. But that's not the reason. That's not the reason to give extra bonus credit to Klopp and Liverpool. Let me say this. Let me say this in case it's too small to be seen on the screen right now. But before a ball was kicked, the 11 that Liverpool had was Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley. All quality. All quality. And don't let Liverpool fans fool you, okay? Don't let them fool you. Many Liverpool fans have been saying Bradley is a better defender than Trent. In a cup final, what are you going to want? You're going to actually want a more solidified defense. Chelsea have pretty much been toothless the entire time. Chelsea's been trash. You know what? Let me keep saying it. Chelsea have been trash. So if you're going to go into that game, and you're going to say, you know what, let's be more defensively sound, it's probably going that route with Connor Bradley. McAllister quality. I still don't know how they got McAllister so cheap, but they got McAllister, they got Endo, and they got Gravenberch. I know Gravenberch got hurt, but they had Gravenberch start the game, and then you had Harvey Elliott, Gakpo, and Diaz. If I'm looking at the 11 of Chelsea and I'm looking at the 11 of Liverpool, I'm seeing league winning quality. I'm seeing Champions League winning quality, and on top of that, Champions League experience. So you're seeing that in Diaz and Gakpo. You're seeing that in World Cup experience in McAllister. This overhype, man. I think there needs to be more rivals in particular. But I'm gonna put this on City fans. I know we're a humble bunch. I know we really don't antagonize. We react based off of how we're spoken to or dealt with. But we need to end some of this overhype stuff. We need to dead it. We need to just make sure we put out don't boost either. We don't need to boost and exaggerate. We just need to straight facts. I'm not this kids thing, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who won the game for them? It wasn't kids. Who won the game for Liverpool? 75 million, best center back in the world, won the game for them. Tsimikas, who, again, no kid. I believe he was the one that delivered the cross. Experience won them that game. Experience did not fall at the feet of the kids. Van Dijk, and again, no discredit to him. He should be winning it. He's the captain. He's been that guy. He should have won it. He was the best player on the pitch. If we're going to be real, he was the best player on that pitch. So credit Liverpool. Credit Klopp. You got the win. But don't boost it. Don't gas it. Don't make it more for what it is, man. Chelsea been trash. Congrats on the win. We move. Let me go to the comments. Marvin, Liverpool is England's baby. Yeah, man, it's so evident. So freaking evident. Look at the pundits that they have in the mix to be able to do their propaganda. Look at the treatment that they get. Klopp's farewell is only going to add to that. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me see what Marvin's got to say. Marvin, Vader, it was against a drained Liverpool team and they struggled. Makes me wonder why City find it so hard to beat them. This is why I want us healthy, Marvin. I want us healthy for when we play this game in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. I need us healthy. because I think Liverpool are vulnerable, obviously because of their injuries. But I just want the win. And if I get the win, I'm not going to boost it either. Were we out here boosting when we had like Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, Micah Hamilton? Like, nah, we got the win. We credited the player, but we didn't try to make it seem like Pep did some type of madness in terms of. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. The girl RK. I wanted Chelsea to win, but it's a win-win for me. I get Chelsea sweet tears. Yep, very true, very true. And hopefully a pool team that's so drunk on the win that they lose focus. I did see. I'm not gonna celebrate. I'm not gonna be the celebration police, but yeah, their reaction after winning it was interesting because we got crapped on a lot. We got talked down on, us winning it is like, look at who cares? City winning the Carabao Cup, Mickey Mouse Cup, or whatever they want to call it, the rinky dink. Now it's one of 4. Ridiculous. Andrew, everybody turn up to play. Everybody turns up to play us, and they should. We should see it as a compliment. We should see it as it's only right. English European champions. They should be showing up that way to play us. They should be showing up. I'm gonna have to adjust my lighting because I don't like how sometimes my glasses glare on screen. My gal, Rose. Hey Vader, I thought I was the only one that saw Liverpool this way. I hope they win the Carabao Cup. Let's sack it to them. Rose. My gal, Rose, if Klopp only leaves with the Carabao Cup, it's going to be a wild summer. It's going to be a wild summer. All right, let me do this. Vader game. All right, I see where I'm at on time. I need to be conscientious because I do have an appointment. I do this in the middle of the workday. So, the thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to get to the comments, but I'm going to get back to the comments. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is this 3-horse race. We got to talk about this 3-horse race because I know I'm early on this one. I don't follow the social trends. I'm not doing the key words. I'm not doing any of that, right? I speak to things I want to talk about. Hopefully, the way I title it, you tune in, you check it out. If it's something like, oh, Vader's talking about this a little too soon or whatever, then you come back at another time. You check it out, right? Or you hold me to it. What was Vader saying early in the season? Was he talking reckless or was he actually on point? But I want to talk about this 3-horse title race. I want to talk about legacy maker or breaker, right? Because let's talk about it now before it kind of gets there, because we're going to get caught up into the matches, and then it's just going to be game after game after game. But let's take a minute and think about this, and I want to know what you guys think. Does a non-league win for Pep? Does a non-league win for Pep affect his Prem legacy? I want to ask you guys that. Does a non-league win this season affect Pep's legacy? Is he going to be held at tremendous disappointment for not winning something that's never been done before, for not winning a 4th? Is he going to be held at huge criticism by the fan base? Is he going to be held at huge criticism by rivals? I'm trying to be objective about it. And I'm like, I don't know if he really would. I don't know. I guess it would depend on how it would be lost. Like, if the team just doesn't perform well. But if it stands, we win every game, Liverpool win every game, would Pep get slammed for it? If we were to drop points, Liverpool were to drop points and Arsenal win it, would Pep get slammed for it? I think the most damaging to Pep's legacy is I don't even think it damages his legacy. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. I do think that if Klopp loses to Pep, I don't think it damages his legacy. Because Liverpool fans will tell you, like, Klopp's been the underdog. Liverpool have been the underdog. They're in a transition. They're not expected to be doing this. So if he were to lose, right? If Arteta loses it, does it damage his legacy? I know he spent a lot of money, but he's the worst manager amongst the three. Do losses affect their... I think Klopp and Pep's legacy take damage if this league is lost to Arsenal. If Klopp or Pep lose this league to Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, I think their legacies take a hit. For both managers. Both managers cannot afford to lose this to Mikel Arteta. Fan bases, listen, who are going to be the most obnoxious fans if they win this? Can't have Arsenal win. We can't. I think I'm speaking facts here. We can't have Arsenal win. They're the most annoying, obnoxious, delusional. They're going to talk about they've got the best future, the best team and future prospects, the best. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too much. You already see how they're talking about having the best 11 and a lot of kind of nonsense. I think Klopp and Pep's legacies take a hit if they lose to Mikel Arteta. I think Klopp's legacy takes a tremendous hit losing to Mikel Arteta because then they're 1-for-1 in terms of league titles. Pep losing to his apprentice takes a temporary hit, but he gets to kind of write the legacy the following year, right? Klopp saying bye-bye. There's no rebuttal. There's no fighting back. Let me go to the comments. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me see what y'all are saying. Charlie in the building. I see you, Charlie. Good to see you. It's only the Mickey Mouse Cup when City win it. That's true. That's true. I don't like that they do that with us, but you're right. You're right. Side note, I need Haaland to bring the energy he had for the FA Cup yesterday in the Prem. He will. It's one of those, the ball's rolling now. You know what I mean? I'm up here in Canada, snowball. I don't know if you have snow where you're at, but the snowball, you make a little snowball at the top of the hill and then it gains momentum. It gathers more snow, and before you know it, it's an avalanche. I think that's what's going to happen with Haaland. Momentum is there. It's there. Andrew, I don't care who turn up, but I need a win at Anfield. We'll get there. One game at a time, Andrew. Andrew, slow down. One game at a time. We got the Manchester Derby next. We got that next. That's where our heads are at. The Girl RK. To non-citizens, yes, because just as they hype Pool's wins, they easily criticize him for not standing to real competition. True. Rose, Vader, Pep's legacy will not be affected because I see Manchester City winning the 4P. I'm not arrogant. I believe. Rose, I believe it too. But I'm just posing the question. I'm posing the question because a lot's going to happen. There's a lot of football still need to be played. Right? Atonement. Like and subscribe if y'all are new. And yo, thank you so much. Please, if you haven't, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification button, because YouTube's moving a little. The favoritism. The big channels get the notification pushes. The little channels don't. So if you can, hit that notification button. At the very least, you see it on your phone, that notification. You can tune in, see what I'm saying. Splash. Hopefully that's a jinx. Get out of here. No jinxes. But Klopp and Pep cannot afford Arteta to win this. They can't. Klopp can't have Arteta go 1-for-1. Klopp cannot do this. Not on his last dance farewell tour. Pep, I think Pep has the least to lose because of he's already won 5. I did that. 5. He's already won 5. He's already won the treble. If he were to allow Klopp to get a second league title, so then it's 5-2. I know Liverpool, the best PR in the world, are going to talk about the Pep Klopp era. Yeah, there's a lot of combos. I'm going to revisit this topic. I'm going to revisit this legacy. What happens? Legacy breaker, legacy maker. I'm backing my team to do it. And if Pep wins a 4th, oh my gosh, I would never move like my neighbors across the road. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be so obnoxious, arrogant. I'm not going to talk crazy like that. But it's going to be like, I'm going to have like the hugest defense shield ever. You can't say nothing to bother me. Nothing. If Pep goes and wins this, if City's already given me a trouble that I never thought would be possible. If City give me 4-peat, listen, City give me a 4-peat, I might have to have another kid. Let me stop. All right. It's early in the morning. We're going to leave it at that. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and dropping the comments and interacting. If you haven't hit that like button, please do that. Continue to share this if you know anyone that also enjoys football content, City content. I'm going to do a CIA Intelligent Agenda show, and that's when we really go after the rivals. This is more of me just sharing thoughts on how I see the game and how I see things. I'm going to do my best to do this more routinely. I think this might be my time slot, as competitive as it is with other content creators. But you can always come back, catch me on a replay. Love the interaction and the feedback. Everyone in the comments, thank you so much. I always got a shout out who was first in the building, and this week or this show, it was Dre P. We'll see who it's going to be for the next one. But here's the topics that I covered. I'm going to do my best to do the timestamp. If there's ever anyone that's on it live or anything like that, and you want to kind of share with the comments and let me know when I've been changing topics, share that for me. But I'll go back and do the timestamp. And we got the Manchester Derby next. Got to get this win. Anyway, I just want the win. Doesn't have to be sexy. Doesn't have to be nice. Doesn't have to be a smashing. Just need that win. All right, let's stay in the striking distance. Liverpool, top of the league. We're 1 point off. Arsenal, 2 points off. We're not looking to be our best. Is what they're telling me. But you can kind of see that I'm stalling here. I'm trying to make this clean. We don't look to be our best, but we're 1 point off of what we did last season. And last season, we were able to win the title. We're not looking to be our best, but we just put 6 past Lutton Town. We're not looking to be our best, but I think other than Jack Grealish, and hopefully he gets a speedy recovery, we're looking to be pretty healthy. So let's continue on. Let's get it. Thank you for tuning in and the love. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. Why Always Me, episode 93. All those made a rhyme, and I didn't mean to do it this time, but I'm out of here. Catch me on the next show.